Hi, Denny. Can you just kind of walk us through your round?
Sorry?
You just kind of walk us through your round. I mean, you made obviously some putts, which is nothing new for
Uh,
you.
yeah, I started on the back. 10, 11, 12 is a pretty tough start. Even 13, throw a 13 in there. I made not a great bogey on 11. Bounced back with a good shot on 12. I mean, just hitting the green on 12 is nice. That kind of settled me into the round, I'd say, a little bit. Hit a great shot on 13. Used the kind of contour and fed it all the way down. And then hit a great wedge shot on 14 to that back pin. It's a tough little sliver back there to hit, and made a nice curling putt. So that kind of, the shot on 12 and then the birdie 13, 14 just kind of got my round going, got me comfortable. I've just been doing everything very solid. Been driving it pretty well, hitting some good iron shots. And I feel really comfortable with the putter. These greens are so good. You just got to get them started online, and they've got a pretty darn good chance to go in.
You've always been a great putter. How comfortable do you feel on these greens in particular? And where does that putting gift come from?
Just I think hand-eye. I mean, I played a lot of sports growing up. I can shoot a basketball pretty well. I play ping pong pretty well. Like just feel hand-eye. I don't know what else to say besides that. I mean, just a lot of experience. I've played golf for 25 years now, so just a lot of trial and error things that have obviously worked over the last 4 or 5 years for me. And these greens are just so good. I mean, I really like fast greens. I like greens that break a lot. I think that is an advantage for me over most guys out here. The course I play at home, Medalist, my home course in Florida, those greens are really fast, similar to these speeds. So, I like when they get fast.
For you on the fourth hole, obviously short of the green, just how quickly do you transfer the miss club to the mental approach of putting it from off the green and getting that bonus?
Yeah, honestly, it wasn't even a missed club. I was between 6 and 7, and 6, you just don't really want to go long there. I was pretty comfortable with being short, and I missed the 7-iron a little bit. If I hit it good, it would have probably covered the front. And then, the fairways are so tight here in front of the green where I was always going to pull putter there. That was just, they roll so smooth. It's almost like a slower green, if you will. I mean, the fairways are still rolling pretty fast up near the green. So, it was nice. That was a bonus. I mean, I was just trying to get that one pretty close. Obviously trying to make it, but just trying to get it up there dead. And that was a bonus for that one to go in.
You're no stranger to success recently after 36 holes. What have you learned from these past recent weekends that might help you shape your golf to this success again for the next 36?
I think I'm just more comfortable. I mean, the more and more I get in this position, the more comfortable I get. I didn't even really. I knew I was towards the top, midway through my round, but that didn't really bother me. I've been really comfortable. I'm really just trying to get better in my game, honestly. I mean, it's great that I'm playing well, but I'm trying to just improve as a golfer, really. And really, I feel like my caddy and Derek, did a really good job of just kind of staying in the process and not really worrying about the result of each shot. Just hitting a shot, getting into my process, hitting it, and then stop caring after it happens and just move on to the next one.
Denny, why, you had Wells Fargo where it was tough. Now you Memorial, that was a tough golf course. Why does tough golf courses and tough situations seem to suit you so well?
I think I'm just a really gritty competitor. I know what it's going to take on a hard golf course. You can't let your bad emotions get the best of you. If you have a bad hole or two and you let that linger on hard golf courses, it's just going to bite you even more. I think just, I've putted really well. I've done a lot of things well here. I've driven the ball in the fairway for the most part. I've hit a lot of iron shots that are, when I've had good opportunities with wedges and short irons, I've taken advantage of them. And if I have mid irons in my hand, I've just made good swings and maybe a little more conservative, playing to 20, 30, 40 feet and letting my putter maybe do the work from there. So I think just understanding what these harder golf courses require. Obviously, I'm not the longest guy out here, so I need to think my way around a little bit more than some guys.
A couple of things. Number one, did your heart sink on 8?
Yeah, I actually had one of those little white cotton things came down like right on my, like as I was hitting the ball, one of those white cotton things came down and like it totally threw me off. But Yes, it did. My heart did sink. I used the whole hole there.
And a half.
Yeah.
So, guys have been asked this week about what it takes to be what it takes to be a great putter and who are the better putters. Rory immediately, the first person he mentioned was you. What- just to have that reputation, is that good? Do you feel I've got to live up to this?
I'd like to drive it like Rory. Like everyone has the best part of their game. Obviously, putting's part of mine. Driving the ball is the best part of his game. It's just I'm no slouch around the course. Like putting's not the only thing I do well. Like everyone always brings up my putting. Yes, I'm a good putter, but I still need to do good things to get to that point to make those putts. So it's like, yeah, I mean, that is a strong part of my game, and I'm very comfortable with it. But there's Colin Morikawa is the best iron, one of the best iron players.
Right.
Rory's the best driver. I mean, everyone has a piece of their game that they're most comfortable with. Maybe it just doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. It frees me up a little, and that like I don't need to feel like I stuff a 7-iron from 180. I can feel like I can just hit it a good conservative shot on the green to 25 feet, and I like my chances from there. I don't need to be super aggressive. Obviously, when I get wedges in my hand, wedges and short irons, that's when I need to attack. But if I'm start getting 7-iron out, that's when I'm going to be a little more conservative and trusting that my putting ability is going to help me out.
Is there a putt the first 2 rounds that you wish you had back, or have you been pretty well on?
It's easy to say. There's a couple shots I'd like to have back, but I mean, I've done everything very nicely.
Okay.
I cleaned up around the hole very well. I made a lot of good par saves inside of 5-6 feet. So no, I can't say because I made a handful of longer ones off the green too. I can't say that I would, it's they all even out.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
thank
think
you.
everyone would like to putt like you. Try for show, putt for dough. I mean, you feel like because of your putting game, your ability to putt, that you give yourself a chance all the time, and you feel like you're ready to break through and win here.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it for a while. I mean, the other parts of my game, I'm no slouch. The other parts of my game, I'm just not as good as the top players in the world in those other parts of my game. And that's what I'm working on. I'm always working to become a better iron player and driver of the golf ball. It's slowly. I'm seeing some really good improvements over the last year or so, and I think the more I put myself in this kind of situation, that can only help me.
What's been your best putt the first 2 days here?
Best
Putt. The
best
first 2
putt.
days.
Man, it's very underrated. I made like a 15-footer for par on one yesterday that broke like 4 feet to kind of just start my round. Obviously, I made a lot of longer ones outside of that, but that was a very underrated one. There was a tough pin on one yesterday, and I made a par putt that broke 3 or 4 feet.
And that was your first hole?
That was first hole of the day yesterday.
That's a nice way to start,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
All good? All right.